Greetings, I'm Iman Dayana, Binti Sharrazin from UiTM Seri Iskandar. I am very honored for getting this chance to present about AI. So without wasting time, let's get into it. My title will be Artificial Intelligence for Our Future Use. Many people are concerned that robots and artificial intelligence will eventually replace them. The worker of the future is expected to be innovative, able to detect chances to alter industries and deliver creative solutions to meet global concerns, in order to stay relevant in the shifting professional landscape. The goal of this talk is to assess artificial intelligence credibility as a life assistance tool. The terrifying futuristic depictions of artificial intelligence that dominate films and novels and drive public imagination are all made up. AI is already impacting our daily lives almost entirely for the betterment of human health, safety, and productivity. Unlike the movies, there is no superhuman robot race on the horizon, nor is it likely to ever exist. While the potential for AI technologies to be misused must be recognized and addressed, their greater potential includes making driving safer, assisting children in learning, and extending and improving people's lives, among other things. In fact, the number of useful AI applications in schools, homes, and hospitals is rapidly increasing. Before we start, the first question is, what is AI? Surprisingly, the lack of a specific, globally accepted definition of AI has undoubtedly aided the field's rapid growth, blossoming, and advancement. Instead, AI practitioners, researchers, and developers are guided by a hazy sense of direction and a need to get on with it. Still, a definition is necessary, and Niels J. Nielsen once said, "Artificial intelligence is the activity of making machines intelligent." And intelligence is the attribute that allows an entity to function effectively and predictably in its environment. If we look closely, AI has contributed to a lot of things in specific area. There are 8 main domains, which is entertainment, employment and workplace, public safety and security, low-resource communities, home service robots, education, healthcare, and transportation. Let's take a look at transportation. Transportation is an excellent example where a few key technologies has accelerated the general deployment of AI. Autonomous transportation will become widespread in the near future and being most people's first encounter with physically embodied AI systems. It will have a significant impact on the public's opinion of AI. City inhabitants will have owned fewer automobiles, live further from work, and spend time differently as cars become better drivers than people, resulting in a completely new urban structure. In healthcare, there has been an immense forward leap in collecting useful data from personal monitoring devices and mobile apps. From electronic health records in clinical settings and, to a lesser extent, from surgical robots designed to assist with medical procedures and service robots supporting hospital operations. AI-based applications could improve health outcomes and the quality of life for millions of people in the coming years. Applications have been slow to move from the computer science lab to the real world. There are hopeful signs that the pace of innovation will improve. Advances in healthcare can be promoted via the development of incentives and mechanisms for sharing data and for removing overbearing policy, regulatory, and commercial obstacles. For many applications, AI systems will have to work closely with care providers and patients to gain their trust. Advances in how intelligent machines interact naturally with caregivers, patients, and patients' families are crucial. For education, enabling more fluid interactions between people and promising AI technology is also a major challenge in education, which has made significant development over the same time span. Though great education will always involve active participation by human teachers, AI has the potential to improve education at all levels, particularly by allowing for large-scale customization. Students are increasingly being matched with interactive machine tutors to teach science, math, language, and other subjects. The usage of these technologies in the classroom and at home is projected to grow dramatically over the next 5 or 15 years, provided they can be properly integrated with face-to-face learning. Now, let's talk about the effects in future if we use AI. So, will humans lose their jobs? Well, it's yes and not really. You probably asked the question, how can that be? While AI's influences on employment and workplace trends, such as the safety nets needed to shield workers from structural changes in the economy, are also influenced by social and political decisions. AI is on the verge of displacing humans in certain occupations, like as taxi and truck driving. In many areas, however, AI will most likely replace tasks rather than employment in the near future, while simultaneously creating new types of occupations. However, the new occupations that will arise are more difficult to predict in advance than the jobs that will most likely to be lost. Many goods and services will be cheaper as a result of AI, making everyone better off. Longer time, AI might be viewed as a fundamentally different process for wealth generation, with everyone entitled to a share of the world's AI-created riches. It is not too early to begin a social discussion on how the economic benefits of AI technologies should be distributed. Let's move on to dangers of AI. Well, this might sound scary, but let me explain first. Stephen Hawking has famously stated the creation of full AI could herald the end of the human race. Well, that sounds scary, right? Artificial intelligence is clearly harmful, as evidenced by Facebook's AI inventing a language and Sophia's threat. Furthermore, some of AI hazards are subtle yet distinctive. So, what could be the threat? Dayana Shane uses a creative example to clarify the issue. Humans can be detected by AI, but it has no idea what a human is. At the moment, AI can recognize humans just based on their physical appearance. Even if you put a dummy there, it will be labeled as a man. Artificial intelligence is inherently harmful, but only to a limited extent. At least, that's how it works in today's world. Artificial intelligence's bigger danger is that it does exactly what humans want. Take, for example, getting from point A to point B. It is compelled to locate the shortest way using AI algorithms. Sure, it will get around, but it might overlook other aspects. They may be on a one-way path of rolling over obstacles rather than dodging them in this situation. Lastly is, will artificial intelligence become our master? When it comes to counting the threats of artificial intelligence, this is a pretty murky subject. Furthermore, films such as The Terminator and The Matrix force us to consider it. This is not viable at all, according to present scenarios. The current state of AI advancements is not very catastrophic. Furthermore, you may be aware that AI is incapable of distinguishing between humans and other creatures. The terms master, slave, and global supremacy are meaningless in this context. Human commands are followed by AI. It aims to find the best route to the end goal. Furthermore, the way we program the AI affects the likelihood of errors. When it comes to the subject, tycoons like Dayana Shane argue that AI will never be our master at all, unless we program it in such a way that it is driven to annihilate humanity. Artificial intelligence works toward a common goal. We are safe until we create an AI with malicious intent. My own conclusion is that artificial intelligence is not as bad as what the media perceive it looks like. Artificial intelligence can actually help us build a better future for our next generation. It can help us in various kind of ways. I hope the AI will keep making good progress to solve some problems for our world and not being used for malicious intents. That's all for this topic. I hope you enjoy my content and thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about this. This meant a lot to me and thank you for watching.